Hi all, PlayGray here with GrayGamer.com. We are going to do a quick playthrough here of Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a new platformer that is out. I think it's been 4 or 5 days ago. Gotten a lot of good press on it, and just kind of an interesting, different type of a game since we don't normally live stream platformers. But you know, if you go back to the beginning of time, platformers, I mean, I think about playing Lode Runner. That was one of the original platformers back in the early 80s. Jumpman, I mean, all kinds of old school platformers. Everybody's kind of compared this to like a pretty Metroidvania or something like that. So we'll see what that turns out like. I can tell you that I played for a few minutes. I don't know, probably 15-20 minutes. Got through the intro and figured out the basic mechanics. Interestingly enough, of course, when I'm playing this game, the very first thing that came to mind was, this looks like an Xbox One game, and that's, I think, what it is, actually. I'm a PC gamer primarily. I have one Xbox One sitting upstairs, but don't usually use it all that much except for very specific things. Kind of grown up on PC gaming and, well, console gaming too, but PC gaming is kind of where I live. And but the controls match up really nicely. I have a controller, but I'm not actually using it. I'm actually using keyboard mouse, which is an interesting thing for a platformer, and it actually works pretty well. I'm not even sure that I'm going to switch to a controller to finish the game, but now that I've got the basics of the keyboard mouse down, it seems to work pretty well. So I'm going to jump right into it and let the actual beginning cutscenes play and then give some commentary on it, because it's really interesting how this is almost an interactive movie, almost like an animated movie. So I'm going to go ahead and start an empty slot. And this is from a studio, I believe, called Moon Studios, and it looks like it's a Microsoft project, and been very interesting to kind of go through it. So I'm going to shut up and we're going to let it play, and I'll give you commentary as it comes. So I haven't really figured out who Ori is, other than this little being, this little light being that you control. And something's really bad happened to the forest, as you'll see. And it looks like he's going to be trying to restore it. The thing that's interesting on the play mechanic here, once we get into it in a minute or two, is the fact that you are given no prompts at the beginning here. You just, I sat here for the first minute or two going, what do I do? And then all of a sudden, oh, I need to move the guy. And otherwise he just stands there and you get no prompt to tell you to move, which I thought was actually kind of cool. Because I sat here and, oh, wait a minute, if I can actually move the guy with the nice little belly. But obviously, so I'm moving with the keyboard right now, WASD. And a beautiful design aesthetic, obviously. And again, interesting because I get stuck here and there's no guidance, but oh, I can jump. He doesn't have a lot of hops, but he can jump, just a space bar to jump. So there's the little creature of light, Ori, I'm assuming. So again, here I sit, and it's like, oh, wait a minute. Hit spacebar, and Ori wakes up. And again, these early control mechanics are nothing like the regular game. I mean, well, when I say nothing, you have no powers, no additional things you can do. You can control them, which again, I think is pretty interesting because it's like you're part of the movie. I could see this being like an animated movie of some sort. See, I can spacebar to jump. But again, you're not getting any of the flavor of what you can really do just yet. This is just like an interactive startup to the whole thing, which I thought was really kind of a cool thing, even without the menus and the help with all the things we're kind of used to. Beautiful lush green forest, everything's happy. And now again, so it stopped and I'm like, what do I do? Oh, wait a minute, I can control the big guy now. Ugh. He doesn't have the hops that Ori has. But obviously a very strong design aesthetic, very much looks like it was all done by hand. I know the volume's kind of loud right now. The music will get better here in a little bit. And so here we are having a snack together. Abundance, abundance, abundance. And then, again, no prompting, and then off I go. I'm controlling the little guy again. Off I go. Don't know where, I got some food. And I don't know who this voice is in the sky, a god, a deity of some sort. There's the swing. So that's a sad face. And now a happy face. And now things are getting barren. And so now I'm controlling the big guy. Again, no prompting. I just cut right to that. It's just, again, it's a very interesting thing. And he stops on his own and picks this up. I have no control over that. So again, kind of an interactive introduction where you kind of control the characters, but you don't. Which, again, kind of a cool design aesthetic. Forest ain't looking so good now. It looks like autumn / winter / uh-oh, bad things are happening. Oh, we found a little bit of green there. So, life withered and decayed. So apparently the forest is dying. So here I am, trying to go get some more food. And there's just a little bit up there, so I'm gonna go get it. There we go. And so again, here it stops, and I'm standing here staring at it, and then finally realizing, oh, I have to run him back with the food. And again, these interesting ghostly cutscenes, or overlays almost, that are coming in here as I'm running back. Very interesting. Builds an emotion and an attachment. And then the foreground shadows, pretty cool. Gives some depth to it. more control over the character again, because it's like a seamless cutscene. Which is very cool. Uh-oh. Big guy died. So now what do I do? No reason to stay. He's out on his own. But this part was kind of strange to me. So again, now I'm controlling him again. Can't make him run, can't make him jump. He's just barely moving. So apparently I've died. So again, very much an aesthetic like a movie. Like a movie tie-in. It's almost like Death and Born Again. I don't know. I don't want to put any philosophy into it. So now here we are, very minimal UI. Game's been saved. Now I've got this little sphere down here in the middle. And these little things right here, which I discovered later was actually my life. And then now I can control the guy and he's fast. He can cruise. And again, spacebar to jump, WASD. No idea what to do, so I just keep on running. Hold space to jump higher. So then you figure out, didn't make it. Made it that time. So again, very simple platformer to start with from a control standpoint. And it gives you some prompts along the way now to kind of figure things out. Oh, look at that. Got a secret. So these things add Spirit Light, which is this round thing, and when it fills all the way up, you actually get ability points. And those ability points will give you things like extra powers, different buffs to your powers. It makes things come to you easier. I mean, there's all kinds of skill points. You'll see a skill tree here in a little bit. And then that floaty thing right there, I'm like, how do I get to that? And you can't get to it this way. We got to go up and around, but not yet. So S and space to jump through, and again, I'm sure with the controller it's a different setup, but the mechanics are generally the same. Purple thing's bad. I figured that out the hard way. Water bad. So again, a little platformer action here. Just jump. And this thing actually adds life. So life shards. And those give you vitality. So those things are good. Those are important. These things we'll find out later you can get. These things will give them to you too, but you need some power to do that. So don't jump on the purple guys, because they'll take your life away. Energy cells. This is an interesting design. So you gather these energy cells, and once you have enough, you can create a soul link, and that soul link is like a save, a game save. And you can also access your skill tree when you're in those areas as well. So you found an energy cell, you can collect more energy. Remember, you can use the energy cell to create a soul link to save your game. Okay? So now you hold down E, and there's your game save. And you can use it wherever you want, but you have to have enough energy cells to then set up a game save. So I thought that was kind of interesting. This guy, so I have no powers right now, and the first time I ran into this guy, he killed me. All you can do is try to stay alive, so let him break through there and die for you. More spirit light. Almost filled up my little circle here, and once I do that, then I'll get a skill. So again, interesting. At the beginning, no instruction. All of a sudden, you get a bull charging at you, and you got to figure out how to stay alive. But the designs are just, of course, everyone's talked about the visuals. The visuals are really cool. All the little attention to detail, the moving grass and the lighting and the foreground and the background. All the things we kind of take for granted nowadays, but is still pretty amazing from a design standpoint, the amount of work that goes into this. I was lost in the glen when she loosened her grip. I can guide you on your journey if you allow me to come. So I get this little light that follows me around now. Oh, bad guys. So this thing actually gives me powers. So I have this thing called a spirit flame. Watch. So it's like an attack. And so now I've gained an ability point. Create a soul link and tap E near it to access the ability tree. So now I hit E when you're near one of these, and voila, we got a whole skill tree, or ability tree as they call it. But there's all kinds of things. So there's three lines here. This looks like the offensive line, so it gives you all kinds of things like adjust to your attacks, which I thought was kind of cool. The middle one here looks like it does things to help your journey. So it's got like things like the things that you find float to you automatically. It gives you map markers, those kinds of things. And this top one looks like maybe heals. It looks like it does things like allows you to water breathe, has a cost of your soul links, those kinds of things. So again, it's a three lines to this ability tree. You can pick whatever. The first thing I did was pick a little better offense because I figured I'm going to need some offense to get by initially. And then it tells you how much more spirit light you got to get to spend another skill ability tree point. So there you go. So that's that. A couple other quick things about the controls. I'm just going to hit escape and we're going to look at a couple of things here. So again, it gives you statistics, which is cool. It lets you know what some of these other skills are you still have to get, how far along you are in the area, how many times you've croaked, how long you've played, all of those kinds of things. Also world events. Under the options, you don't have a whole lot. There's been some things that have been talked about having some issues with dual monitors. I did see that a little bit, so I'm actually running in windowed mode. because I have 2 monitors set up, and you go full screen, it blanks out the second monitor unless you turn it off, and that doesn't do a lot of good. What's the purpose? But I think that's going to get fixed, is what I'm seeing. But it's had no effect on performance, so it seems to be fine. Again, the controls are interesting. So a really simple control setup here. I'm sure if I plugged a controller in, it would probably change the controls. But you can see pretty straightforward. There is a map, which is cool, and I didn't really look at that. But the map is even the map has a pretty cool design. So you hit tab to get a map, and then there you are. You can see where we are. And then we'll see where we're going to go once we go to these other areas. I've only exported 17% of this area. There's a map legend even that shows you all kinds of things about the map that you can find. So again, it's got all the things that you would expect from kind of like a platformer adventure game. But again, the design aesthetic is obviously much different than what you would normally see on a platformer type of a game. I mean, beautiful, so really cool. These guys will come after you and you... Ow! Almost killed me. So again, so now I have an objective to go to this next area, Hollow Grove. And there it is. You can hit F to toggle your map objective. So now, my objective is to find the spirit tree. So if you hit the map, you can see I'm here. I got to get up to this area. And so we're going to go back this way and then go this way. We can't. This isn't revealed yet, so you get a little bit of a fog. That's kind of cool. But there we are. So let's go on a little further. I'm going to head on back now that I got a little bit of a power. I got at least a power. So again, tab to view the map. You can see where we got to go. The other thing I didn't know at the beginning, see, you can zap those plants that are hanging down, and they will give you additional goodies too. So again, they fill this middle part up, and that gives you the ability to eventually expand your skill tree or your ability tree. These purple guys too will give you. So basically, it's disguised experience points almost, right? And these things, if you jump on them, at least in my experience, there we go, you jump on them to give you health. Don't jump in the water. I died in the water. There's another bad guy up there. I can get him once I jump over here. So again, here's a disguised platform basically. It makes you jump higher, and then if you hold space, you'll jump really high. Blink. There we go. So again, really cool. You can jump up here. Oh, get up here, and then here we are. So I got to figure out how to get to this. This is a keystone. Keystones are what open doors essentially to the next level. And you got to find those for the doors to open. So basically, I got to go up here and then jump over here. So we got to get up there first, though. You got to get a run at it. Ugh. Get up there. There we go. And so again, we'll just go like this. Again, a little platformer action. Stickers are bad. Don't jump on them. So we'll jump over them. Swing up here. Purple guys you can kill. So, and again, the guys get more aggressive as we get a little further along, of course. So here's a new mechanic also that's pretty interesting. So you hold shift and grab. This is very familiar, a very familiar thing too if you've played any other platformer games that are like that. What is it? I think Little Big Planet has something similar to that with some of their maps. So there's a keystone. Keystones are used to open spirit gates. Remember that each spirit gate will require a different number of keystones. So we've got one keystone. Oh, made it. And there's the other keystone. So of course now I'm like, where do I go? And so you just take a leap of faith and jump down here. So now I come up here and I have 2 keystones and the door opens. Now I have opened this. I want to go back this way though. I don't remember what's over here. Let's take a look. Oh, got some more life here. There we go. A little more life. Yeah, we'll just leave that like that. Now we'll go through here. More bad guys. And there's a quest hub, basically. I got a new ability point, so now I can create a soul link, hit E, and then pick a new skill. Last time I picked, this is as far as I got last time I played it, and this is about as far as I'm going to go for tonight too, because you kind of get the gist of it. But wanted you to be able to see what it looks like, so I'm going to pick that. And then now that starts over again, and away you go. And so, again, hit tab, you can see where we are. And again, really cool map. The design's really cool, and I'm getting slowly closer towards my objective. And I can go back the way I came, or you just keep going this way. And so, of course, these guys get more. Everybody's going to get more aggressive, and it's going to get more interesting. All right. So I have another soul link, which means I can create a save somewhere. So of course, I'm going to save that for now. And here I am, but I can't open Spirit Gate because I need the keystones. And so they're probably down here. Okay, guys. So there you go. So I'm going to stop it for right here for tonight. I just wanted to give you a quick run through to see what this game looks like. It's beautiful. I'm going to probably do another playthrough of it when I get a little further along and I know a little bit more about it, because we're kind of going to get into, I think, some really interesting maps. I think we're going to get into some really interesting maps. I know the sound, I was talking over the sound. And I think you're not going to, if you have any inkling of playing a platformer, I think that this is a good one to give a try. And support this indie dev. I don't know. They say they're an indie dev, but I saw Microsoft on the splash, so obviously there's some financing behind them. But you know, it's amazing work. So I recommend it. Go get it. I got mine on Steam, and I'm on PC. I'm sure you can get it on Xbox One. I thought I saw some traffic on that. So I appreciate you coming by and taking a look on things. And come on and join greatgamer.com, which is a website that we are at, and watch other live streams. Played H1Z1 last night. Watch me get owned there. You can go back and look at my channel, or continue to look at the website for additional updates and new live streams as they get scheduled. We do a couple a week. So have fun and game on.